Just started. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning for today's Tech with JMA Resources and Sue Engels, who's representing JMA Resources. My name is Alexis Gothic. I am the president and CEO of the Technology Council of Central PA, and I'm so glad that you carved time out this morning to join us. It's kind of miserable outside, so it's fun to have an exciting and inspiring talk this morning about what's going on in Central PA's tech community. If you wouldn't mind, since we do have an abbreviated session this morning, if you'd like to drop your intros into the chat, name, role, and company or organization that you're associated with, that would be fantastic. That way, everybody kind of knows who else is on the call, and if there's any networking opportunities you'd like to take advantage of, you can do that. Without further ado, I am going to turn things over to Sue Engels with JMA Resources to get us going this morning.
So good morning, everyone. And some of you may have heard, tech wouldn't be tech if it didn't present challenges to us. And I am indeed experiencing a challenge this morning. So I'm just going to give you a little forewarning. I have a wonderful video embedded in the presentation. Worked beautifully when I was in the office and we did our dry run. However, due to the weather, I'm at home today and I get a nice little pop-up that says, some features have been disabled. And guess what? My video is not working. So we're going to wing it when we get to that point and see if it'll play on YouTube. But we may or may not have a video for you. It is available out on YouTube. And if I'm not able to play it this morning, I'll make sure that you all get it because it does give you such a wonderful flavor of the wonderful company that I'm here to talk about this morning, which is JMA Resources. So let me just tell you a little bit about JMA. First of all, let me tell you what I'm not here to do this morning. I've been with the Tech Council for years. I've sat in on many of these sessions and everyone does something a little different. I'm not here to try to sell you anything this morning. I'm here to tell you about a wonderful culture that I am privileged to work in. And my story this morning will be about who we are as people and our culture at JMA and how I hope that we will interact with you as peers on the Tech Council. So that's kind of my spin for this morning and my story for this morning. So first of all, let me tell you just a little bit about JMA and who the heck we are. We were founded in 2018 by the amazing Nancy Martindale. Many of you may know Nancy has won a number of Women in Tech awards and recognition throughout the tech community. She has very quickly become truly a role model. It has been a long time personally since I have had a strong female role model, and Nancy has become that for me. So she is our founder. In 2018, she had been doing work at a number of large, well-known IT services companies, and she and our CTO, which by the way, wait for it, his name is, and it's so appropriate, Awesome. Yes, our CTO is named Awesome. She and Awesome had worked together for some time, and one day they kind of looked at each other and said, you know what? We can go off and do this better. And what I mean by better is create an environment that is truly focused on culture and focused on the employees, because that is what makes JMA Resources stand out in the industry. If you focus on your clients, you're going to get so much more back. Focus on your culture, you're going to get so much more back. So she spun up a company and really focused on what can we do to make our employees thrive, that they're going to want to be very client focused, be very agile, very flexible. She I want to say, envisioned and gave birth to, if you will, a company that provides very flexible benefits to us, such as flex time on PTO, things like that, a lot of really wonderful benefits. So she brought up an incredible culture, which as I talked this morning, you're going to hear that's what really makes us stand out. I will share with you that we are 8A, we're minority owned, we're an economically disadvantaged woman-owned small business. We love our acronyms in IT, so we're an EDWOSB, say that 10 times fast. And we know that in the political environment, some of that is changing, but as I sit here today, that is a very core part of our identity. So I did want to share that with you this morning. When I think about what we do at JMA, above everything else, we are problem solvers. There is no problem too small that we will do work with. Notice I don't say for, I say with. We will partner with and solve problems with the tiniest companies. So if you're a small company out there with an IT problem, give me a ring. There is no problem too small. We are about trying to solve problems and within our community make a difference. This is our culture. We call it the JMA way. And I know some of my fabulous peers are on the phone this morning. And by the way, thanks guys for joining. The JMA way is what we live, breathe, eat, and sleep 24 hours a day. And I love our little picture. But what it really means is, first and foremost, guys, at JMA, we are leading with heart. We are putting people first, whether it's people at JMA, whether it's our clients, whether it's you all on the phone. We put people first. We lead with our heart. We're going to find a way to do anything. And for those of you who have known me, and I know some of my prior peers are on as well, so thank you for joining again. You guys know I cannot stand when someone says it can't be done. Well, I can tell you that's how all of us at JMA feel. We will find a way to do it, and we truly embrace that can-do mindset. We are flexible like Gumby. We are going to embrace change. We are sitting in a culture of change, people, are we not? Like there is a lot of change going on, and you have to be able to be very flexible, be very adaptable. So we embrace that because guess what? Change is opportunity, right? We are going to do the right thing. We act with integrity. We are very transparent. We are not afraid to have difficult conversations, challenging conversations, because transparency is key, and together we can work through anything. Everything is about relationships. I will tell you, we do not have salespeople at JMA. Sales is a dirty word. We are not here to sell. We are here to build relationships. We are here to solve problems. There's a big difference, right? There is a big difference. So it is all about relationships. We want to be trusted advisors. Trust is really important to us. And if you do all the things I talked about above, particularly act with integrity, we will build trust and we will have relationships. And last but not least, we're technologists, right? So we always want to be discovering what's next. We want to be looking to the horizon. We want to stay out ahead of the curve. We want to be doing the cool stuff, right? Right now, what's a buzzword? AI. I'll throw that one out there. Everybody's talking about AI and what you can do with it. So we constantly we do innovation labs at JMA. We encourage our folks to be doing creative and innovative work. As a matter of fact, a little bit later this morning, I'm on a meeting about what we call special projects and how we're making sure we're encouraging our people to be able to practice innovation in addition to the day-to-day work that they're assigned to. So all of that and those 6 key criteria there, we live, eat, breathe, and sleep. And it is the JMA way. And our tagline, I love. I think it should be my next tattoo. Many of you know that I like ink. I think I should get evolving what is, envisioning what's to be somewhere on my body because I love that tagline. So that's a little bit about the JMA way. Here's our technology glitch. I am going to switch over and ask my lovely friend Tina if she will try to play the video, switch out sharing and play the video off YouTube because my embedded video is not working from home this morning. Hopefully it will work. This is a wonderful video that I call the JMA way in action. And this is Nancy talking about our culture and our company. And if we're able to play it, you're going to get a glimpse of my JMA peers in their wonderful, authentic selves. And I love this video. Tina, are you able to take over and share?
I think so.
Okay, let's give it a whirl. Cross your fingers, toes, and eyes, guys, because this video is so fun.
All right, you see it, right?
We see it. We see
All
it.
right, here we go.
All right. We don't hear it. We don't hear it. Does anyone hear it?
No, I don't hear the audio. I would suggest we let it play through, do the visual, And I'll include the video in the follow-up email that everybody will receive following today's session.
Yeah, the best laid plans go astray. So we will send out the video, but okay, so I'm going to give you a little, we didn't play through the whole video, but it's Nancy talking about our culture. It's our people. You see them at philanthropic events. You see them out doing charity work together. You see them at our Christmas party, partying it up. And what you see beyond all else is a sense of camaraderie and smiles and truly love. I think it is important. Sometimes we're afraid to say the word love at work. Truly, we all love each other at JMA Resources, and this video really embraces and shows you that. So we'll send it out after the session, and you guys will get to experience a bit of the JMA way. So I'm going to go back to sharing. Sorry about the glitch. Best laid plans go astray. Thank you, technology. And I am not able to, there we go. Okay, so moving on. What the heck do we do? So I will talk to you a little bit about our core capabilities. And, you know, some of you, and I see a couple people out there that I've talked to since I joined JMA. A lot of us are doing the same type of work. And actually at the very end of our time together this morning, I have my little call to action, which is, guys, let's work together. Because another thing that I will share about you is at JMA, we do not believe that we compete with any of you. We believe that there is room for all of us. And that is why we are here at the Tech Council, right? We all believe that we want to help the region thrive from a technology perspective. And at JMA, we want to work with you. We don't want to compete with you. We want to join forces and see how together we can solve problems in the community. So some of the things that we do are not unique. Do I think we do them really, really well and we're the best? Absolutely. But many of you do them very well too, and we can complement each other. So one of my calls to action is pick up the phone and give me a holler, and let's talk about how we can work together. But our key buckets of work, if you will, first of all, modernization. This is key everywhere. We're transforming infrastructures. We're accelerating transformation. I don't want to say everyone, but many large organizations out there are going through modernization efforts, specifically government. And I'll talk a little bit about our client base and some really cool stuff that we've done in a moment. Of course, we're doing development. We're an IT services company. And by the way, I'll dispel a rumor. Many people asked me when I joined JMA Resources, which was about 2 months ago, well, you have the word resources in your name. You're staff aug, right? That is not our primary function. I know my wonderful peer, Kristen, our VP of Talent Acquisition, is on the line, and she is the best recruiter out there. And we will do staff aug, but that's not our preliminary function. We are really an IT services company, and we're truly doing development and delivering full-scale services as a product, if you will. So we're doing cloud migration, dealing with emergent technologies and all of that great stuff. And then, of course, sustainment. You know, how can people have long-term success? Cybersecurity is something that we do a lot of focus on. We're doing a lot of CMMC compliance work, and of course, infrastructure management. So those buckets are not uncommon. And again, I want to say, if you feel that we could potentially partner, please give me a holler, because that's what it's all about. It would not be an IT services presentation if I didn't show you a slide that looked like this. Do we all have one in our deck, people? Probably. This is the infamous slide of what's all the stuff we do. I am not going to read through all of these. The point of this is looking at our buckets and saying, hey, that makes sense to me. Either you're sitting there going, I could use some of this, or maybe you're saying, I do that too. I should talk to Sue and see if there's some gaps that together we can collaborate and be able to work together in our community. So that's kind of our services portfolio within those 3 key buckets: modernization, development, and sustainment. And I'm going to be giving you a quiz at the end to see if you remember all of these. But here's some of our key technologies too. And again, these are not unique. Many of you are doing some of these things as well. But we have our key enterprise platforms, our analytical tools, and of course, data management. I do want to tell you a cool story that kind of will tell you how we pull it all together. So where are we doing work, you ask? Our greatest presence and kind of where we made a name for ourselves, I like to say we're on speed dial, is in the federal space, in the DoD space. We have a huge presence there. We are their trusted advisor. We're doing a lot of great work. We're doing work with some of our local government folks at NAVSUP. To tell you a really cool story, I like to say JMA does data. We did an awesome project for NAVSUP. Their data management, IT, they had some challenges. They needed to move off Netezza. They wanted to move to a cloud-based data warehouse. So we worked with them and we went through, by the way, they needed to accelerate. They were on some end of life kind of accelerated goals. So we came in, they wanted to modernize. And by the way, the data, data's never in great shape. So there were a lot of challenges. We came in, we did a very thorough analysis and we chose Yellowbrick to be their data warehouse solution. And first of all, let me tell you, they had over a terabyte of data. That's a lot of stuff, guys, a lot of stuff. Very daunting. Thinking of moving from Netezza, which was on-premise, to the cloud was about a 5-year vision, okay? They didn't have 5 years to do it in. So we worked with them to do an incremental approach where first we moved them to Yellowbrick from Netezza on-prem to Yellowbrick on-prem. Wait for it, about 9 months. Another 9 months, we took them then from the on-prem Yellowbrick to the cloud. We got them all cloud ready in their on-prem delivery and we prepared them to go to the cloud. So we did the incremental approach in a whopping 18 months, give or take. Pretty darn impressive, if I do say so myself. And that took place in a 2023-24 timeline. So they couldn't have been more pleased, and we continue to work with them and continue to work in that space on data governance. We have a strong data governance program here at JMA Resources. I love the fact that data governance is no longer an afterthought. People are thinking about it early on and during their adoption of doing projects like this. So this is something that, if you're out there going, my data's a mess, and I bet some of you are saying that, give us a holler. We would love to come in and help you with data governance, help you with some of your data solutions. So that's a really strong area for us, and that's a story that we're really, really proud of. I want to talk a little bit about why did we join TCCP, right? Why are we in Tech Council? And by the way, this is something that we all have in common. We're all in the Tech Council, right? First of all, we wanted to foster collaboration. Again, I mentioned earlier, we do not believe that we compete. We believe that there is room for all of us, guys, and we can work together to truly make this community better through technology. We are all like-minded folks. You and I are peers. You're on this call because you're a member of the Tech Council. So we want to work together to do that. We want to be a presence in making the regional tech ecosystem stronger and optimizing. We want to be the rock stars in tech, and we want to work with you to have that reputation. We want to find synergistic partnerships. There's probably a few of you on the call. I see Reese out there. We're on a lot of calls together. Reese does something very different from what I do, but I bet you there's a way that we could partner and work together. So all of us are doing different things, and there's ways that we can touch each other, form those synergistic partnerships, and figure out ways to solve problems, right? Because that's what we're doing. We want to advocate for technology. We want to, we're all technologists in some way, shape, or form. And Reese, I hear you say, I'm not a technologist. Yes, you are, my friend. You are absolutely a technologist. So we all want to be advocating for technology and knowing that we can help solve those regional challenges. I mentioned earlier that we're in the Fed space. We are looking to break out and get into, hopefully, the state commonwealth space and be able to take some of the expertise that we've done at a federal level into a state level. So if that's something you're doing or interested in partnering in, I'd love to talk to you more. We are in the commercial space today. By the way, we'll do it all for everyone. We are not vertical specific. We are equally opportunistic, if you will, and would love to solve problems, small or big, through advocating through technology. And last but not least, we want to share expertise and best practices with you. We are all members of the TCCP. We should not be, we all have intellectual property, of course, but we also have common problems. We have common best practices. We join a lot of the calls that we're having, the peer calls that Alexis and the team are helping to host for us. We want to help exchange ideas, best practices, and actually enhance our collective impact. You guys, we are stronger together. And talk a little bit about how we're engaged in the Tech Council. We are, and I can never say this word right, so I'm going to cross my fingers, toes, and eyes. Entrepreneur. Woohoo! We are an entrepreneur level investor in the Tech Council. We have executive board presence. I am proud to be the secretary on the Tech Council board. I am also proud to be the Tech Council Women in Tech Chair. Shameless plug, if you're sitting out there and you're a woman in tech and you would like to join the Women in Tech subcommittee, please reach out to me. I would love to have you join us. We have many peers from JMA Resources participating in some of the subcommittees. So I thank my peers for helping us lift up the Tech Council. We have multiple Women in Tech Impact Award winners. Nancy, my role model that I spoke to when I opened the call, was a 2019 winner, and we had a 2022 winner as well. We are proud to sponsor multiple events this year. We're going to be, for the first time, a sponsor at TechCon. I am so excited for TechCon. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, that is the Commonwealth-focused event. We focus with the Commonwealth, Harrisburg University, and the Tech Council to host an event where many of the local regional vendors can come out and meet people from the Commonwealth and share what we're able to do and really come together. It's the largest event of its type in the region, and we're going to be at that event and sponsoring this year. We're really proud to be part of the DEI Summit this year. I personally will be speaking on a panel, and we're going to be sponsoring that event, and we will proudly sponsor the Women in Tech Awards this year. And we've had multiple DEI Summit panel presenters, past, present, and future. Notice I said future. There's a couple of my peers out there that I'm going to tap you on the shoulder in the future to say, I'd love to have you present at the DEI Summit in a future iteration. So we are highly engaged in the Tech Council with you guys as our colleagues. And last but not least, I want to share our call to action. If you heard me say nothing else on this call, we are all in this together, and I would love to collaborate with you. Together, we are stronger. I would love to see how we can combine forces and perhaps work on something really exciting together. So reach out to me. Would love to see how our visions may be shared. Maybe it's in the AI space. Maybe it's in the data governance space. And by the way, we might have shared problems too, right? We're sharing similar challenges. How can we talk through those? I'd love to have coffee with you. And stay connected. Some of my peers are on the line. I'm not shy. Those of you who've met me at events, come up and chat with me. I'd love to get to know you and see how we could maybe work on projects, form partnerships, or just talk about common challenges. We are part of the Tech Council because we want to have a relationship with people like you guys. So I thank you from my heart for joining me this morning. Sorry about the tech glitch. We'll get you our fun video. But hopefully you got a feel for JMA Resources. The difference at our company is our culture, the JMA way. I've been here 2 months. I could not be in a more dream company and a place to work. So proud to be part of the Tech Council. Thank you for having me this morning. And Alexis, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks so much, Sue. Thank you for presenting for us this morning. And I certainly learned some things. So it was very informative for me. I want to give a quick shout out to any investors, representatives of our investor companies that are with us on the call today too. I missed that at the beginning, but want to make sure to get it done before we let everybody go. I will get a follow-up email out to everyone that attended this morning's session. That will include a link to the video. Of course, I would encourage you to watch it. It's wonderful. This session is also being recorded, so there'll be a link to that recording as well. So if you missed something or need to go back and refresh or share with somebody, you'll be welcome to do that too. The video will be public to be able to be shared. So we'll include that. 2 shameless plugs before I let everybody go. I know today is not the day really for thinking about in-person adventures, but I do want to share that our next TechNet is coming up in March 6th, a month from today at Direct LTX in Reading. It's a wonderful opportunity if that area works for you to come out and meet some of these folks in person. And then I also want to share that JMA Resources will be hosting a TechNet a little later in the year, November 6th. We'll be hanging out with JMA Resources for our TechNet, and we'll be sure to get everybody information about that a little bit closer too. That's what I have for you this morning. Thank you again, Sue, JMA Resources, and all of you for carving time out this morning. Please, everyone, have a great rest of the day today and be safe.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Hope to see you soon.
Thank